how to nail the first impression so people instantly respect you. And by the way, guys, research has shown that a first impression can endure in a person's brain for up to months at a time. I've spent the last 7 years or so teaching men how to go up and approach and interact with strangers publicly. I've also amassed a following of over 1 million people on Instagram and YouTube over the last 7 years with my content. So I understand in person and online how to really captivate someone's attention, make a really good impression to turn that person into a friend, a lover, a follower. So regardless of what lane you're trying to do this with, understand that first impressions are very important. And I want to talk about all the different things I've learned over the years so that way you can now go out and nail the first impression with the next person you go up to, guy or girl. All right, very powerful stuff in this video. The first thing I want to talk about is a couple myths, because there's a lot of dudes, especially in the pickup and dating niche, that have said over the years, looks don't matter. It's all about your communication and your vibe. And the communication and vibe is important. I will get to that in a minute. There are specific concepts and techniques you're gonna wanna do to really nail those down too. But first off, let's get to the physical appearance and the way that you're moving, because honestly, to those guys, I call bullshit. If you walked up to me and you looked ugly and you looked homeless and you looked below average, or even if you just looked average, I would start to categorize you as such instantly. I don't care how good your vocal tonality is. I don't care how witty the next sentences that come out of your mouth are. I'm going to categorize you solely based off of the way you look and the way you walk towards me. Understand that, and you need to accept that. It's not only about looks, because the dude who looks really good, that dude has weird fucking communication. He can't hold eye contact. His conversation skills are trash. There's a lot of other elements too, but I'm just exaggerating these examples initially because your look does matter, guys. I will categorize you instantaneously. Women will do the same, and everybody does this thing. It's a subconscious thing because we're designed to search the environment to evaluate, is this person a threat? Is this person of value? And that is the very first indicators of how we can make that evaluation. If you look really good, I'm going to look at you differently instantly. If you look like shit, I'm going to categorize you instantly. If you look taller, if you appear to be taller versus short, that will give off a different impression in my mind. And yes, guys, height matters. I hate to say I'm a short dude, height matters. If a fucking midget walked up to me, just imagine a midget walked up to you. You're not gonna treat him the same. I mean, I will respect him and be polite to him. I will treat him the same, but I won't categorize him the same in terms of perceived value. And whether or not that's moral or not, I'm just saying that's an instinctual thing versus a dude who is 6'5", who's muscular, who's well-dressed and well-groomed and looks physically attractive and looks like he could kick my ass. There's a different level of respect there. So understand that your look, the way you move, the way you walk, the way you dress, the way you groom yourself, part of that is height. It's not the end-all be-all. Dudes over-fixate on height. But all of these things make up your physical appearance and ultimately do have an impact on the first impression. So yes, you do want to work on your look. And there are a bunch of dudes who only want to work on their look, who cry about their look. And I would say, dude, if you're a 5 or 6, you could still just put in the work over the upcoming years and make yourself a 7, an 8, an 8.5 just off of your look, even if you're a short king. Straight up. There are dudes shorter than me that get more women than me. There are dudes shorter than me that are more confident than me, that are more successful than me. Height is not the end-all be-all. It is an attributing factor that can help you. If you don't have it, it is what it is. We just accept that and we max out the other elements of our character. Okay, same thing with muscle, same thing with grooming, same thing with fatness, same thing with your dress, the way you dress. All right, is it ideal that I'm in a white tank top for this video? Probably not. I think you would honestly respect me more if I was in an expensive suit in a Lamborghini, honestly. The fact that I'm in this penthouse with this nice little floor-to-ceiling window right here with a 20-foot ceiling, you probably respect me a little bit more than me being in a beat-up shit backdrop filming on a potato, okay? The first impression, the look, the appearance does matter. For some of you dudes who might be new to the channel on this video, you're experiencing it in real time. The way that I look, the background right here, creates a certain impression. It will resonate with some of you guys. For some of you dudes, you'll say, this dude's a fucking over-aggressive, tattooed, jackass, dickhead, douchebag. Honestly, some people will categorize me as such, and that's okay. It comes with the territory. It is what it is. But understand your look, people will categorize you off of that. Let's move forward from that. Just put that to the side, start working on that. Aside from that, what's the next thing that I notice in people that ultimately will determine if I'm going to respect them or not? Well, the next thing I notice is the subtleties in their communication, right? I'm talking about that 1 second when they're just getting closer to me. A lot of dudes will break eye contact. You don't need to stare, because the dude who's trying to hold eye contact, he's forcing the eye contact, is a weirdo too. And I get that feeling. I actually just did a podcast 2 days ago. With a high level dude. It was the first time me meeting him. I've seen him online a couple times, but I met him in person, and it was cool. Shook his hand, sat down with him at the podcast table. And the first thought that I had when I was sitting down with him is, and this is not in a romantic way, or this is not in a homosexual way. The first thing I thought was, it is so easy to hold eye contact with this dude. Keep that in mind, that thought just went through my head. I said, internally, I felt like, wow, I've never met this dude, but it is so easy to hold eye contact with this dude. And I say that because there are a lot of dudes out there where I go up, and trust me guys, my eye contact is pretty fucking good at this point. Like, I've been working on this shit for a decade. I taught this thing for 6-7 years. Like, I understand pickup and social dynamics and nonverbal communication. So I like to think I have pretty good eye contact. However, the thing that I will notice when I'm interacting with people is some people it's hard to hold eye contact with, but it's not me. It's because they're tense with their eye contact. They're either intimidated by me, or they feel threatened by me, or they're not confident within themselves. But what I've noticed by communicating with high level people, it's easier for me to hold eye contact with these people because they're not fucking nervous. The people that are forcing the eye contact, they have these micro expressions in their eyes that make it weird, and there's tension coming off of them that makes it hard for me to hold the eye contact, right? Like, I can just tell that they're a little tense. I don't logically think about this. It's just a feeling that I get. The girls pick this up too. The guys pick this up too. If you come up and talk to me in public and you don't know me, just come up and say what's up. I'm gonna be like, yo, dude, what's good, my man? How you doing? I'm gonna give you a great vibe. I'm gonna hold eye contact. I'm not gonna stare at you though, trying to out alpha you with my eye contact, but I'm gonna hold eye contact, man. I'm gonna hold eye contact. And what I noticed at this podcast was, dude, I was like, damn, this dude, that was the first thought. I was like, man, it's so easy. It was really refreshing, because I've talked to so many people. It might have been the easiest dude to hold eye contact with I've ever had. That was the thought in my mind. So it was actually a really eye-opening experience, because I've met a ton of dudes. Some of them it's easy, some of them it's very easy, some of them it's awkward, and he's looking away, so I'll just kind of break away. But dude, people notice this shit. The only way you get better at that is you need to practice the skill. You're gonna need to force it. You're gonna need to force the eye contact for right now, over and over and over again, until it becomes very easy, and then you can just relax your eyes, and then you can just still hold eye contact. It's not forced and tense, right? When I was trying to force it, these girls used to say, you have a very intense stare. You have piercing eye contact. I thought it was a good thing back then. It wasn't. It meant I was forcing it because I had to manually put it in there, right? So you need to manually force the eye contact for right now until you get comfortable with it, till the point you can relax it. All right, I notice that when I'm interacting with people. Subtle, but it does imply respect. If you have good communication skills, good nonverbals, and I feel relaxed around you, and you don't have nervous tendencies with your eye contact, which brings me into the next nonverbal tendencies. Some of you dudes are fidgety, right? I met some dude not too long ago. He seemed cool. He wasn't super relaxed. And then when I went to pull out the phone, his hand's like fucking shaking. Like, I could tell by the body language, I could tell by your tonality, your voice cracks a little bit. There's just different frequencies, man. There are different frequencies that a person radiates outward. And I was on another podcast not too long ago, and the dude said, you can't fake frequency. And it's so true. You can fake tonality, you can fake confidence, but people know the frequency you're at, man. You can't fake the vibe, really. An experienced dude can see through that shit. If you want to get respect from high-level people, the only way to do this shit, unfortunately for a lot of you guys, is to put in the work. And so that's why I'm so big on approaching and socializing with strangers. That is why. There's a lot of dudes out there that would prefer to do online dating and Instagram game, and that's fine. If you want to do that stuff to land dates, that's cool. But I promise you, man, if you really want to get good with your social skills, your confidence, being able to interact with anybody, being able to get to a point where you could just go up to a stranger, interact with them, and command respect because you're so confident, you're so relaxed, you've taken care of your appearance, and you're going up with a little smile on your face, relaxed eye contact, no nervous, fidgety movements whatsoever, and then you can give a good greeting. That's how you're going to command respect, man. Let's get into the last couple things, okay? We got the eye contact, a little bit of a smile, not overly excited, ha-ha, giggly guy. You can put on a little bit of smile. Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Pleasure to meet you. That's it. That's the tonality. That's the delivery. It's not, oh my God. It's not, my man. Like, you don't know the person, right? So you're just going to go up with a confident, little bit of a smile, not overly excited, not nervous, not breaking your head, looking down, not pivoting away, not weak, nervous voice. You got to practice this shit. So you got to go out and do this every day, though. I recommend going up to at least 3 people a day to get started. Start with greetings and compliments in passing. Start talking to people, extend the conversation, get comfortable in that first minute of conversation, which brings me to the next point. Once you've had the greeting, you need to get good at developing the skill set to carry the first 30 to 60 seconds of conversation. That's going to come from practice, though. You need to practice this every day. You guys think it's all about just getting the lay? I'm teaching you skill sets to become that guy on all levels with the people you interact with in your day-to-day, man. It's so important. It's so important. So you got a high-pitched voice, you got to practice your tonality, man. Practice talking in the camera on a daily basis. Analyze your communication. Look at yourself on camera. Listen to the way you speak. Practice talking slower, 10 minutes at a time. Go out and interact with 5 people per day, not just women. Go out and interact with dudes too. Open the conversation in the elevator. Practice the skill set of carrying that first 20 to 30 seconds of the conversation. Okay? Work on your appearance. Hit the gym hard. Remove the alcohol. Remove the drugs. You think you're going to be able to go in confidently and command respect when you don't respect yourself? When you're putting so much bullshit into your body on a daily basis, where you're giving into bad foods, drugs, alcohol, you're not confident with your physique, you're not confident with your self-talk because you can't even trust yourself to hit your own wake-up time consistently, and then you turn into porn, have to jerky at the end of the night just so you can feel okay? You're not confident to go out into the world and interact with people and put good vibes out in the world and face the fear, so you turn to desire, and then you have negativity that you put back out to the world in the form of anger? That's not how it works, dude. It's not how it works. You need to put in the work daily to feel good about yourself. You need to remove all of the bad habits so you can take pride in what you're doing, so you can take pride in your character, man. Take pride in your character. Then you can build up the confidence. You do that while simultaneously building up your look. You do that while simultaneously working on your communication and your charisma on camera and out in the world. The combination of those things over the course of months or years will change your life. Dudes come into my program and they're expecting to be a god with this in 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then they're disappointed. You wouldn't expect to be jacked after 2 weeks of being at the gym. You wouldn't expect to be a master guitarist after a month of playing the guitar. This is a skill set, and it's the most beneficial skill set. If anything, you should spend more time trying to build these skill sets, bro. Come into this thing with the mindset of, I'm gonna buckle down on this for the next 6 to 12 months, and it's going to completely change the way I interact with the whole world. It's gonna be the most freeing thing. I'm gonna feel completely different. I'm gonna be able to attract hotter, higher caliber women, network with higher level dudes, and every single person I interact with in the world is potentially a friend, a lover, a business opportunity, or someone that could come into my social circle. It is absolutely life-changing. You need to work on these skill sets, man. If you want help trying to fast-track all of this stuff, guys, you can work with me directly, okay? Click the link in the description. Get into the group right now. Try it out for 1 month, dude. We're talking about $100-something, okay? 30-minute one-on-one onboarding call directly with me. Daily live coaching call every single day with me. No time limit. My coaches run a second call every single day. The community itself is popping. 600+ dudes and rising. Live events in person on a quarterly basis. I give away cash every month, thousands of dollars inside the community. You can DM me directly in the community. Try out the whole program for 1 month. The moment you come in, I'll DM you. We'll book out your onboarding call. If you're anything less than blown away, full refund at the end of the month. You got nothing to lose. Worst case scenario, you got a month of free coaching. Click the button below, get into the group. Let me change your life. Pay attention to the way you interact with the world today, your look, your appearance, practice your communication, get out there, put good vibes out into the world. That's all for today, fellas. I'll see you tomorrow. Click the button below. Let's turn up. Peace out.